Did you ever think that a fictional story and a fictional character like Harry Potter could trigger you? Well, it could if you're a liberal academic snowflake like Dr. Charlotte Proudman. This is one of the most ridiculous encounters and interactions I've had on Twitter with a liberal snowflakey academic. Now, the middle classes, the champagne socialists, have their own virtue. They're very self-righteous, and they like altruism a lot. So, Right to Equality is an organization that claims to be helping to create an equal society, especially young women, girls, and all that. And the director of it is this person, Dr. Charlotte Proudman. Now, I'm not making a joke about her surname, but, Dr. Charlotte Proudman. The reason I'm going to do it is simply because of what you're about to see, the snowflakey behavior that we heard from Charlotte Proudman. She's a barrister and she is a Cambridge academic. Ooh, and she's a feminist, of course. Now, this whole thing started because Dr. Charlotte Proudman tweeted this, had an unnecessary meltdown like a nutter, and the word nutter is very important here, on Twitter. She said, "Well, I've never liked Harry Potter. I didn't even finish the first book. Potter is an English schoolboy genius living in a largely male, white fairy tale land that looks like Oxbridge for the elite. He's a little patriarch that resorts to magic and violence to rule." Ooh. Oxbridge. Pot kettle idiot. So, I responded to Charlotte's tweet. Sorry, Dr. Charlotte. And this happened. I said, the absolute state of this tweet. P.S. Potter is not a genius. He was simply lucky. He was the chosen one. The only reason that the only reason is that he's white is because he was born in a white country. And half of the kids at Hogwarts were girls. And said, FFS, why am I even bothering debating a fictional world with this nutter? And I still stand by my comments. But clearly that triggered some people on Twitter. So everybody came after me, including Dr. Charlotte, proud man. And this happened. She said, "Calling a woman a nutter for disagreeing with you. Red flag. When did I mention your gender? I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Your saying is..." Anyway, so I said, "No one mentioned your gender. If you have a meltdown over Harry Potter, a fictional character, then you are a nutter. Being a man or a woman is, in fact, irrelevant." Simple. That's how you debate on Twitter, by the way. But of course, it wasn't enough. The people who were supporting her were claiming that I attacked her because she's a woman. I don't really care about that. In fact, calling me a misogynist randomly for disagreeing with you, that's a red flag. That's literally what she did. So there were people coming into my defense. Simon Pott said, "This coming from an Oxbridge academic. Of course, no elitism here." Exactly. She literally comes from, she's an academic in Cambridge, and she's saying that Harry Potter, a fictional person, going to a fictional school, Hogwarts, that looks like Cambridge or Oxford, well, that's elitism. But also saying that patriarchy, half the students at Hogwarts were girls and half them were boys. That was actual equality. And even for a movie and book for, late 90s, early 2000s, about 2000 it came out, it was still diverse. It was still woke enough. You had, non-white kids all over the place. But clearly that wasn't enough for her. Another person came and said to Charlotte, Dr. Charlotte, sorry, "Are you using ChatGPT to write your tweets? Because it's so ridiculous." For those who don't know, ChatGPT is that AI chatbot that I did a video. I reacted to this AI thing. So you could actually talk to it, but it's a robot. That's the only explanation for someone writing that ridiculous tweet. Also, just live your life. Why are you bothering with some sort of nonsensical story? Anyway, Madeline Grant from The Telegraph also said, decided to respond to Charlotte's original tweet. Basically, used a similar rhetoric, but just changed Harry Potter to the gingerbread man, saying, I've never liked the gingerbread man. I couldn't even get past the first line of his horrid song. He's basically a patriarch with violence. But it's great. That's exactly how you respond to these idiots. You have to use humor to expose their own idiocy. And I will still call Dr. Charlotte Proudman a nutter, regardless of her gender, because only a nutter will have a meltdown over a fictional story. Anyway, we're going to take a break and I'm going to come back in half an hour. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.